Today's practice will be something similar to what we do in our Yoga for Stiff People class. So it is more of a beginner type of experience, a little bit slower paced, a little bit more instructional, and a separate pose is standing and the floor. We separate them in the Yoga for Stiff People class. And that also is a class in which we use a lot of props, and I understand that these items might not be available to you at home. So that said, in lieu of a block, okay, I have a block here. You can always grab a pillow at home, you know, a pillow either from your couch, your bedroom, or something just to give you a little support in certain poses that we will need it for. That's a good option. I also have a strap here, which we use frequently. And at home, you can use a belt, you can use a jump rope, a rope, you can use a scarf, anything like that has, you know, an extension to it, an extension cord for that matter. So you can pause the video now, so just hit the pause button and find some of that stuff, and then come on back, turn it back on, and then we can, you know, start the class from there. So once you have your props and whatnot, you can put them off to the side for now, and we're actually going to start standing on our mat. So I'm standing in the middle of my mat, facing the side direction in what we call mountain pose. Look down at your feet, make sure the inside lines of your feet are parallel. Your feet are a couple of inches apart, and then let your arms come down by your sides, and we're going to take that roll back of your shoulders. That's usually the hot spot in our posture, is our shoulders want to round forward. Let's pull them back so that the collarbones can spread and you can feel a little bit of space in your upper chest. Begin to engage your leg muscles ever so lightly. We never squeeze our muscles to 100%. That wouldn't be sustainable to hold. But there's always engagement in your yoga practice. Your muscles are in use the whole time. With the leg muscles engaged, draw your low and mid-belly muscles in just a bit, again, so that you can find a little bit more of a lift to your spine. And then turn your palms to face slightly forward. And close your eyes just for a few moments here as we take this opportunity to practice stillness in our body in this very simple pose, and then giving ourselves an opportunity to feel our breath. So in yoga we breathe, and whatever type of practice it is, whatever level of practice it is, the great common denominator amongst all types and styles of yoga is the focus and the importance that we put on our breath. And for the practice, it will be largely in and out through your nose. So we don't have to do any mouth breathing, nothing fancy with that, but just feeling the air come into the lungs, maybe a little slower, a little bit deeper than what you're used to. And then just as important is feeling the exhalation. The exhalation is usually accompanied with the belly pulling in a bit to make sure that your lungs are empty. And then, of course, taking the next inhale. Now, at the top of the inhale, there's a slight pause. At the bottom of the exhale, there's a slight pause. Before you know it, you're taking yourself into a little bit of a calmer place by focusing and slowing down your breathing. The breath work really is magic. Stay here. Just another couple of breaths. Start to feel our body in space. Start to feel the attention, the sense of presence that our yoga practice can give us. So it kind of helps us, well, it does help us to put away or put aside everything else that's going on around us. It's a real huge benefit of any kind of yoga practice. Take one more breath here through your nose. And exhale. And then lightly blink your eyes open, and let's reach the arms up over our head. Take a nice stretch up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. And exhale. Bring your hands to your heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, breathing. Reach your arms up. And exhale. Take your hands to your heart center. So we start to incorporate a little bit of breath with a little bit of movement. I'm just going to step back here a tiny bit, come a little bit more into the frame. Okay, so inhale, breathing again, arms up over your head. This time grab your left wrist with your right hand and lean over to your right. So you're taking a gentle side body bend. Push your left heel into the floor. Keep your chin up off your chest and arch your spine over to the side. So I am going over to the right, so I might not be mirroring you. Keep your chin up and just feel your left side body start to get long. And then come up and switch sides. Grab your right wrist with your left hand, pull it up, and then take it over to your left, keeping your chin up. So creating extension on the right side. You should feel space, you should feel activity, feeling the right side body open up. Beautiful. Come back up to the center and let your arms come down by your sides. Very nice. Now we're going to take a wide-legged stance here. So we open our legs up fairly wide, keeping your legs engaged, as engaged as possible. Let's take our hands behind us, interlace our fingers. So your fingers are interlaced as much as you can up to the webbing. Your palms don't have to touch. You can have a slight bend to your elbows. You can have a very gentle connection with your knuckles, but keep them together. And then we're going to take a forward fold. So if you need to bend your knees a bit, that's okay. Drop your head, drop your chest. Let your whole upper body come down, and then reach your knuckles up towards the ceiling. Peeling your shoulders back. Let the weight come down, so don't hold any tension in your chest, in your upper body. Use the strength of your legs to hold you up. Again, you can find a little bend to your knee. That will be a little bit friendlier for your low back. As the head hangs, you can get a little bit more space into your neck, and then the knuckles working in opposite direction gives you quite a bit of strength happening into, quite a bit of opening happening into your chest and into your shoulders. Well done. And then very slowly, because you were down there for a while, bring yourself back up to a stand. Very nice. This time we're going to reach our arms out to the sides, and they're going to be parallel to the floor. Take your left toes and turn them to the left. And turn them towards, say, the front of your mat. And then your right heel slides back a bit. So your right toes are turned in as well. And we'll take a gentle bend to the front leg, and then we'll just straighten it out. So just warming up our hips here into our warrior lunges. Putting the weight into your left heel as you bend your front knee. Keep the weight to the outside of the foot as you drop in, and then hold your arms there. It takes quite a bit of strength to hold your arms up for a period of time. Take it down one more time, and then we'll bring it up. Beautiful. Now turn your left toes in, turn the right toes towards the back of your mat. Do the same thing on the right side. So now your right knee bends. You might notice one side's a little bit more tighter than the other. These lunges are great to create strength in the hips, but also to create space. And that's the magic of yoga. You get range of motion and strength at the same time. Right? Holding your body up, I want you to feel your back muscles engaged to keep your chest lifted as you drop down into the front leg and you work into your hips a bit, warming up for warrior two pose. Very nice. Come back to a stand. Turn the toes forward again and let the arms come down by your sides. Take a few shoulder rolls here. Roll your shoulders back so that your chest can open up, giving yourself a little bit of space into the shoulders. Well done. And then we're going to take a deeper forward fold from here. So, reaching your arms out to the sides. Again, if you need to bend your knees a bit, that's okay. But come down. I want you to get your hands down on the floor. Maybe your hands are on your pillow. You can stack some books out in front of you here. You feel like you need that little bit of space. But I would like the hands to touch something so you're not hanging into space. And then if you have the room, bend your elbows and let your upper body come down a little bit more. So we're getting a little bit more into our forward fold, and we're also finding a little bit more space into our lower backs. Let the head hang, let the chest hang. The upper body comes down, the tailbone lifts up. As the leg muscles start to pull in a little bit, we develop quite a bit of strength into the legs and a whole lot of space into the back part of our legs. Well done. And then gently push into the fingertips. Lengthen your spine, okay? Place your hands on your outer hips and bring yourself back up to a standing pose. Very nice. Now, we'll come into Warrior Two and we'll hold it. So turn your left toes towards the front of the mat. Slide the right heel back a bit. Bend your left leg, your front leg. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor and drop down into your stretch here. Good. Holding your chest up, soften your wrists, soften your fingers. So take the tension out of your arms. They're strong, but they're light. And then put the weight into your left heel. Let your eye gaze gently go over your left fingertips as your hips get a little heavier and you sink down a little bit lower towards the ground. Adding a little bit more lunginess to your warrior lunge. You hold this isometric strength, building exercise and stretch in your body. Turn your palms to face up. Take an inhale, straighten your leg and bring your arms up over your head until your palms touch, and then exhale, breathing, rebend your left knee, come back to Warrior Two. Inhale, breathing, reach up, and exhale, breathing, press down. Good. Inhale, take it up, and exhale, bring it down. Two more. Inhale, breathing, stretch up to great upward stretch. Exhale, breathing, come down. One more. Inhale, breathing, bring it up, and exhale, breathing, take it down. Very nice. Place your hands on your hips and straighten out your leg. Well done. Let's do that on the other side. So flip your feet. Left heel slides back a little bit. Your right toes point towards the back of your mat. Bend your right knee, right? Drop down into your lunge and reach your arms out parallel to the floor. Good. Putting weight into your front heel. Right, open up your chest. Your back hip flexors get quite a stretch here. Let your eyes settle forward. Beautiful. Your Warrior Two pose. Try not to collapse into the arches of your feet. So lift the arches up. Get a lot of leg energy that way as you drop down. Good. Now, turn your palms to face up. Inhale, breathing. Reach up. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, breathing. And come down. Good. Inhale, breathing. Take it up. Exhale, breathing. Bring it down. Nice. Inhale. Lift up. Exhale. And down. Again. Stretch up. Both legs straight. Come back to Warrior Two. Let's do two more. Inhale, breathing. Reach it up. Exhale, breathing. Take it down. And last one. Inhale, up. And exhale. Bring it down. Fantastic. Place your hands on your hips and straighten out your front leg. Turn your right toes forward. Well done. Good. Reach your arms out to the sides. Another side body bend. Come over to your right. Slide the right hand down your right leg and lift your left arm up over your head. Strong stretch on the left side body. Other side, left arm goes down. Take your right arm up and then reach up strong through your right fingertips. Keep your hips a little forward. Well done. Come back to the center. Hold your arms out there. Turn your left toes towards the front of your mat. Slide your right heel back. Same setup as Warrior Two, but it's the triangle pose. Triangle pose, take the crease of your front hip and deepen it. As you send your hips back, reach your left rib cage forward until you can't anymore, and then just drop the bottom arm and lift the top arm up into the triangle posture. You can look up if that works for your neck. I like to look forward because that works for my neck. Press your left hand against your left shin. It can be up here. You know, maybe you don't have the range of motion yet to go down. There's no need to touch the floor. Right? There's no need to take that any deeper. Well done. Open up your chest. Very nice. And then reverse the triangle. So it's the same leg position, just the torso goes back. Pushing into your front foot to reach further back behind you. Nice. Come back to the center. All right, other side. Turn the left toes in. Turn the right toes out. And here we go. Triangle deep in the crease of the right hip. Side body bend forward. Bring your right hand down and take your left arm up. Good. And then open up throughout your body, your chest. Find your breath in this position. So don't discount the importance of the breathing when you come into a pose. Always find a full cycle of breath, at least 1, 2, or 3. And you can develop deeper and longer breaths and more repetition of breaths while you hold the poses as you build your stamina. That's how your practice progresses. The progress comes in a breath-based way. And now reverse it. Push into the ball of the foot. Lift up and lean back. So getting a little bit more space now into the whole front, kind of right side of the body. Very nice. And then come back to the center. Turn the right toes forward. We're going to take one more forward fold. This time we're going to grab our legs. So take your hands on your legs and then start to go down. Go down until you stop, until you reach for your calves, the backs of your knees. You never want to pull sideways on your knees. Hold muscle. You can go down to your ankles or your heels and let your upper body come all the way down. This is a good opportunity maybe to get a little wider with your legs if you're feeling like you're a little bit more warmed up and you can get more space into your body. Let the rib cage hang down and forward. Pull. Pull with your arms a tiny bit, but keep your legs working as well. Finding and coaxing a little bit more space into your spine. Good. And then very gently start to lift your chest. You can bend your knees a bit. Pull your belly in. It's a lot of back strength to bring yourself up to a stand. Always come up with a flat back, not a rounded spine. And then let's bring our legs together. Okay. So we'll balance. I'm going to stand on my left leg for a tree pose. I'd like you to take the sole of your right foot. You can kickstand it, where you keep your right toes on the floor. That helps with the balance quite a bit. If you're feeling good with your balance, you can slide the foot up to the calf. Make sure your left hip stays underneath your left shoulder. Don't let it go out to the left. Take your hands, bring them to your heart. At least to start, pull your shoulders back. That will help you to lift your chest. Notice when you use your upper body in a balance pose, it's a little bit more doable to hold that balance. You can also take your arms out and up. Kind of a wide V here, at least to start. And then maybe eventually the arms will come more up over your head. But let's settle in here for today. It takes a tremendous amount of coordinated effort in your body to stand on one leg. Well done. Take one more breath here. And then bring your hands to your heart center and place your right foot down. Very nice. Let's do it on the other side. So now the right foot stays down. Your left foot, okay, here's your kickstand. Or you can slide the foot up the calf. Keeping the pelvis level. You might notice, as I'm noticing, one side a little bit easier to balance than the other. Right? Hands to your heart. This takes concentration, right? Your mind and your focus. Keep your eyes open, maybe focus on one non-moving part in front of you and hold that. It takes a tremendous amount of discipline. Perhaps I would eventually like you to get your arms up over your head. That does complete the posture, and it actually eventually will help with the pose, keeping your energy up. It makes it easier to balance. Don't let your weight go down into your ankle. That's a lot to manage. Keep your weight up in the air as best as you can. It's a windy day here.
As we can. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
But the intention is pure. One more breath. Yeah. And then bring your hands to your heart and place your left foot down. Very nice. Okay. So we'll come down to the ground now. And here's where you'll want the props that you got for yourself. Like have your pillow or block out to the side, and then whatever you have for a strap will open up. So we'll take the strap, we'll just get into our hamstrings, which is actually good for your back. You'll take the strap over, let's say, the ball of your right foot, flexing your right foot and kicking your right heel up towards the ceiling. Nice. Climb your hands up the strap. You don't have to pull your leg up over your head. That doesn't matter. You just have to keep your leg as straight as possible. So pushing your right hip back down into the ground, you'll feel the arch come back to your lower spine. As your right heel turns up towards the ceiling, the leg straightens completely. And just right here is a formidable stretch for the right leg. But I can feel my back relaxing into the floor, and that's always a good thing. The floor is a great alignment prop. Now take your left heel, slide that forward, and be just as active with your left leg as you are with your right. Keeping your both feet flexed, you'll start to work your left hip flexors and your right hamstrings. And then hold this. This one we would hold maybe about a minute. It's a long time to hold a position. Keep your shoulders on the floor. Soften your neck and your face. And just allow this to come into the leg. Keep reminding yourself to keep the leg straight. So my quadricep is pushing back. I can feel the length into the leg, but I can also feel the back relaxing. Stretching your hamstrings will keep your back healthy. It's great to have long hamstrings and bend over and touch the floor, but it's ultimately going to keep the back in a way healthier position. Take one more breath here. Very nice. And then release. We'll just take the foot, place it down on the floor, and then we'll take the strap over the left leg. Same thing, other side. Flex through your left foot. Extend your left leg. Press your left hip down. So feel the curve come to your lower back. Press your shoulders into the floor. And then work on extending your right leg. Flex through your right toes. Toes towards the nose. Kick the heel out. Right. Underneath your left leg, it's fully extended. And breathe. So we're still doing that. We're still breathing. Classic Hatha yoga stretches here. Just this alone is something you could do outside of a yoga class, maybe in the morning, just a few minutes. Really start to build getting space into your leg. The way we change the body isn't through depth, but it's through consistency. Come back and revisit this again tomorrow. That will give you the results that you're looking for. One more breath here. Keep the right leg active, the right foot flexed. And then release. Yeah. And take the strap off to the side. And bend your both knees. Place your feet on the floor. Good. Walk your feet in just a bit so you can reach your fingertips towards your heels. Have your toes point forward for this. Let your arms come by your side. Let's turn our palms up. Turn your palms to face up and squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit more underneath your back. Now connect your triceps to the floor. So feel your upper arms engage. Press through your feet and now lift up. So you're getting a lot of power from your upper body for your bridge pose. You can even squeeze your shoulders a little bit more underneath. Keep no weight on your neck. Feel as if your knees are reaching towards the front of your mat. As your low back gets a little longer, you start to power up through your quadriceps and your back muscles engage nicely, supporting the spine. It's a fantastic posture. We do it in yoga, we do it in abs, we do it in all sorts of classes. It's a great exercise. Push down through the feet, lift the front of the hips up a little higher. Very nice. And then slowly lower down. Good. Lower down, and now windshield wiper your knees a little bit left and right. A little left and right action into the knees here, just a bit. Good. Let's take the right knee, bring it into the chest. Okay? And I want you to draw little circles with your right leg. If you're comfortable, you can extend your left leg on the mat. So little tiny circles. Notice how slow I'm going. This is very good just for little hip mobility. The upper thigh bone into the pelvis, really. A little gentle circular movement, nourishing. And I go the other way. Take it around the other direction, working into your hips. One more breath. Good. And then pull the knee in. So work your arms a bit. Bring that knee in as close as you can. Pick up the head and bring your nose towards your knee. Keep your left leg as extended as you can. Start to work a little bit into your belly. Little compression there is a good thing. Build a little heat. And then release. Good. Place your right foot down. Bring your left knee into your chest. Give it a little hug. Give it a little hug. And then start the little circles. Little circles. Little circles. Good. Keep your right leg, if you're comfortable, extend it. Keep it bent, that's fine too. Little circles here. Good. Breathing. This feels good. Sometimes the slower, simpler things are really what's best for the body. Take the time. This is very nourishing. Switch directions. Go the other way. Circle to the head. Beautiful. One more time around. And then pull the knee in. Pull it in. Pick up the head. Bring the nose towards the knee. Keep the right leg as extended as you can. Press the belly down. Get yourself compact. Build a little heat. And then release. Well done. Good. So now grab your pillow. Or maybe you have a block at home or something. The pillows are really nice. I tell you, we invert with the blocks, which is very, very effective. But placing something softer underneath your hips, like a pillow or a bolster, just feels that much better on your back. Keep your legs up into the air. Have your arms by your side. They don't have to be super close. They can be a little wide. Turn your palms to face up and close your eyes just for a moment. Let your legs drain. Let the legs drain. Let the chest relax. And it's a very calming effect to your circulatory and your cardiovascular system. Poses like this where there's not a lot of physicality or alignment to be concerned about. You can go back to your breath and then take some of that energy and just put it to feeling your breathing. Pranayama is the Sanskrit word for control and regulation of our breath. We can really remind ourselves of our own empowerment, our own self-control if we learn to master the breath. Once you let the breath get away from you, then you're losing control and a lot more. And 2 more breaths here. Place our feet back down on the floor and remove the block out from underneath you. Place your hips back down on the floor. One thing I like when I do a twist is to just have the legs next to each other and then bring them over to the side. Having them come over to the side, you can place the block or the pillow underneath the bottom leg. Let your arms come out to the side and then turn your head in the opposite direction. That's an option if you need it. Some people can just let the legs go over to the side. One nice thing, particularly with the pillow, is to place it in between your legs and then let them come over to the side. And that can feel so nice. It feels good with a block, but a little bit of a softer object would just feel that much better. Make sure your left shoulder stays on the floor. And then relax your belly and your back. Just let this shape come into your body. Your palms face up, the fingers curl a little tiny bit as your back relaxes and quite literally wings out. It's a great counter pose to a lot of what we did so far in our practice today. I'm going to take it over to the other side. Again, any of those variations, right? Taking your legs over to the left. You can turn your head to the right. Let your right shoulder come down onto the floor. And then relax. Notice if you're clenching anywhere. Are you squeezing your left shoulder or your hips feeling tight in any way, your ankles. It's amazing where we like to store our tension, and we want to find a little freedom from that. We tend to store the tension in our joints and in our bones, and can, over time, create some physical problems in those areas. Take one more breath here. And then come back to the center. So from here you can take your Shavasana, right? You can remove the prop and extend your legs. And again, one more thing about the pillow or the bolster. It's really nice to place it underneath your knees, okay? So you would place it, say, underneath your legs like that, a little soft bend to your knees. And that can feel very nice for your back as it relaxes your hip flexors here. And that can make for a very nice relaxation. So take that for just a few moments. I'll say goodbye now, but do make sure that you do take your Shavasana, your little rest at the end of your practice, as long as you'd like. You can even forget about your breath just for a few moments. So it's a really sweet little practice to put into your day. It's very doable, I hope. I think it is for most of us, really at any level, but I'm going to be doing some more, in the next coming weeks. So thank you again for watching. I miss everybody. Bring your hands to your heart center, and until next time, namaste. Thank you, everybody.